The last time she was in custody, mugshot photos were in black and white.
One woman has remained a fugitive for decades, and while she runs from the law, one family is hoping you can bring them closure and justice. The film from 1968 shows glimpses of protest.
They were burning draft cards.
Demonstrations surrounding the war in Vietnam, and on November 21st of that year, President Lyndon Johnson was in the White House. And a Milwaukee trio was in custody. The newspaper called it a slaying. Then 18-year-old Melvitine Lampkins and two others played a part in a grocery store robbery. The article described gun whipping and shots fired. One man apparently did not move fast enough for the robbers.
Took a sawed-off shotgun and shot him in the chest.
Who shoots a 78-year-old man in a grocery store?
It was point-blank range. He put the shotgun right to his chest and pulled the trigger.
78-year-old John Adornato was shopping with his wife.
He was a gentle soul. He was a lover of people.
He was rushed from the area of Buffalo Center to a hospital. The intern at the emergency room knew there was nothing he could do, and that intern just happened to be one of Adornato's 11 grandchildren.
It took us by such shock.
Another of his grandchildren, Celia Dodge, describes the impact of the murder.
It devastated them. It really did. It broke the family apart.
The robbers were caught and convicted of the crime, including Melvitine Lampkins.
She was the lookout for the robbery.
Michelle Herrings of the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force says Lampkins was sentenced to life in prison plus 60 years, but was given the chance to attend school during that time. Lampkins took advantage of the opportunity, and Herrings says she escaped in 1976 and somehow managed to escape again in 1979.
Her whereabouts and activities have been unknown since.
How could someone be missing out of a jail cell, out of a prison for 30 years?
Yes, I think they deserve an explanation.
I'd like to point a finger. I wouldn't know where to start.
Lampkins has roots in Milwaukee and Madison, and at the age of 62, she's managed to avoid law enforcement spotlight. But for how long?
She will have to pay for what she did.
A crime taking place during a time of unrest and conflict. The fugitive bringing additional unrest to a family decades later.
I don't feel vindictive, but I do feel she needs to be found.
June 23rd, the sounds of violence echoed through the neighborhood near 39th and Garfield.
Pow, 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 pow. And you could hear the bullets.
We wound up shooting him twice in the back.
Your heart just drops to the floor, and you know, it's unreal, it's unbelievable.
When the shooting stopped, the accused gunman, 30-year-old Hayden Lowe, vanished from the crime scene as a family's pain began to surface.
It's difficult for me to stand here and even talk to you at this point because it brings back everything.
This woman asked we not show her face on camera.
The worst day of my life.
She's a relative.
Worst day of my life.
Of the murder victim, Brandon Bird.
A good father, a good uncle, a good son, a good cousin.
Just walk over in broad daylight.
Deputy U.S. Marshal Brian Node says the killing took place as Bird was working on his car in front of his girlfriend and 4-month-old son.
His girlfriend was also shot in the leg.
She's doing fine.
Are we lucky we're not talking about a double homicide?
Lucky, yeah, sure.
That part is just a blessing, if anything good were to come out of this.
What's unclear is why the shooting happened. Court documents suggest Lowe borrowed a gun to kill a man he thought killed his brother.
Supposedly this was a revenge shooting.
But the victim was never previously charged with that crime.
It's not confirmed.
Node says it is possible Lowe misidentified the target of his rage.
All that is hearsay.
And I'm trying to get the same answers that you are.
The fugitive has those answers, and law enforcement says he also has ties to drugs and gangs.
We're literally talking about the worst kind of individual. Ever since he was a juvenile, he's been known to carry firearms.
I've never heard of him before until we went to court.
Now a family struggles with who caused their grief,
Our lives have been changed forever.
why the killing happened, and if someone could lead law enforcement to an accused killer and lead a family closer to closure.
I hope they catch him, and I hope justice is served.
Well, once again, your tips make a difference in catching a most wanted fugitive. A man accused of killing a Milwaukee father is now back in custody. Law enforcement say 30-year-old Haydem Lowe was captured Tuesday morning at a Super 8 motel in Lansing, Illinois. Marshals say it wouldn't have been possible without your help.
With squad cars parked and police tape wrapped around a Southside neighborhood, investigators searched for a murderer as loved ones searched for any comfort in a time of crisis.
I got there and I saw the puddle of blood, and I just assumed the worst.
This woman asked we not show her face on camera. She's a family member of 24-year-old Diana Garcia's.
I think about it every day.
Garcia was married to 29-year-old Jose Luis Descua Bedos. They began raising a son together, but their relationship became strained.
The bickering, the fighting, the controlling.
Garcia was ready to move on. Descua was not. The morning of January 3rd, past domestic violence turned into present danger.
When she screamed, Luis, no, that's when he hit her with the 2x4.
He brutally attacked her at that time in front of witnesses.
He continued to hit her with the 2x4 until it broke into 3 pieces.
Later armed himself with a knife and continued attacking her.
The medical examiner's office said she suffered approximately 12 stab wounds.
Didn't want to believe that happened to her. It was just a lot to take in.
I think it takes a lot of rage.
It's one of the most brutal crimes Milwaukee police detective
Probably one of the worst.
Steve Caballero has ever worked on.
Probably one of the worst.
Descua should have never been near the crime scene. Family members say he was deported back in 2009 because of prior domestic violence. Caballero believes the fugitive may still be in Milwaukee, hiding out somewhere on the south side using an alias, possibly working at a temporary job.
He threatened to kill me and my mother, and who knows if he'll come back and try to kill us.
A man police say left a bloody crime scene and left a family in a state of grief and fear.
Obviously, if he hurt the mother of his child, he would hurt anyone else.
Jeremy Ross, Fox 6 News.